Let's start. So, JNet we have seen, we need to see a TESTNG. So what is TESTNG? TESTNG is another testing framework and which is widely used framework for automation testing. Most of the people will use a TESTNG only. So TESTNG is so widely used one, and you should so each and every part you should know in this TESTNG, because they will ask a lot of questions on this TESTNG also. And let's understand one by one what is TESTNG and how TESTNG works. Let's see this. The TESTNG is a next generation testing framework, which is very useful for writing the test cases from unit testing to integration, end-to-end test cases, regression test case, all kinds of functional test cases you can design with this TESTNG framework. See here, so the another beauty of this framework is you will get, okay, when you run your test case as a TESTNG, and you can take input from the Excel sheets, and when you run the test cases, and you will get the reports and logs. So basically it will generate so logs and reports. 1 minute. Okay. So this, when you run a TESTNG test cases or a TESTNG suite, it will generate reports, logs automatically for us. That's the advantage of TESTNG framework. That's why many people use TESTNG as a automation testing framework for developing their test cases. So now, basically, Selenium doesn't have a reporting capability. Selenium has to depend on some kind of third-party tools, right? Like a test. So it has to depend on a TESTNG to get a better reports. So these reports are very important for us, right? To find out how many test cases are passed and failed, how much time it is taking each test case, and all this. If you want to find out or you want to share the status of your testing, that's why you need a reports. How can you get those reports? So when you run as a TESTNG test, you will get the reports. So the advantages of TESTNG is TESTNG provides a very rich annotation support. In JNet, you have seen only 5 annotation, right? Like @before all, @after all, @before each, @after each, and @test. Right? These are the annotations we have seen in JNet. But in TESTNG, you have so many, from suite level to method level. Apart from that, you have other annotations like @data provider, parameters. So, and also different listeners also you have. And so many advantages are there with the TESTNG. So the rich annotations it provides. And second point is it generates the better HTML reports. And we can prioritize the test cases using @test parenthesis priority keyword. Using priority keyword, you can prioritize your test case. This feature you don't have in JNet. So if you have multiple tests, so the order, it will take alphabetical order of the method. But in TESTNG, you can organize, okay, which one you want to run first. You can order the test cases with this priority keyword. Basically, you can schedule your test cases in which order you want. So that is the prioritization can be done easily with @test priority equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So lowest number will schedule first. So whatever the number you are giving here, right? That lowest number will schedule first. So this priority will accept. So positive, negative, integers only. No float, no double, no characters, no strings. Okay? Positive and negative numbers, both it will accept. And we can skip the test cases using @test enabled equal to false. If you write any test case @test enabled equal to false, then that test case won't be considered for running the running time. So running time, that @test method is not included. It will skip. So that's how to skip the test cases. Means if anybody asks interview question, you just say @test enabled equal to false. If you write, it will skip. How can you prioritize your test case? Means you can just answer @test priority equal to numbers. You can say using priority keyword. That's the answer you can give. So how can you set a dependency among test methods? So there is a depends on methods parameter. @test parenthesis depends on methods equal to, you can give a method name in the curly brackets. So this current test method depends on which method. So that means you can set the dependency among test methods. So for example, you have test 1, test 2, test 3. So test 2 depends on test 1. You want to set the dependency. You don't want to run test 2 first itself. Right? So such cases, you can set the dependency among test methods so that it will first run test 1, then test 2, then test 3. Like that, you can set the order also with this depends on methods. You can set the order also with the depends on methods. That's another beauty of these keywords, all the test keywords. Okay. Next, you can group the test cases. For example, in the testing is a common thing, right? You want to group smoke test cases under one category, regression test case under one category, so end-to-end test case another category. So like that categorization, if you want to do of your test cases, we're going to use groups keyword. @test groups equal to the group name you write in the curly brackets, like smoke, sanity, regression, but whatever the group name, it's up to you. So not necessarily, I'm just giving some testing terminologies. Okay, so that's how you can group the test cases. We can run the test cases parallelly on multiple browsers. We can run the test cases parallelly on multiple browsers. So that is the parallel execution you can do on the different browsers. So we can do a data-driven testing. So using @data provider annotation. You don't have this option in JUnit. You don't have setting the dependency among test methods in JUnit. So tell all these unique differences. If they ask you the difference between JUnit and TestNG, you can tell this. So there in JUnit, you have less annotations. Here you have more annotations. So you cannot prioritize the test case in JUnit. You can prioritize the test case in TestNG. But you can skip the test case there also using @disabled on the top of @test. You can skip there. Here you can skip in TestNG using @test enabled equal to false you have to write. But still there is a difference. Okay. So both the skipping process in JUnit is different and TestNG is different. And you can say, so JNet doesn't provide setting the dependency among test methods, but TestNG will provide dependency setting among test methods using @test depends on methods equal to curly bracket inside, you can write the method name. So you can group the test cases. So there also you have in JUnit also you have a grouping concept with the tags concept. But here @test groups equal to the group name you can write. So we can run the test case parallel and multiple browsers, but there is no option in multiple parallel execution. So not available in JUnit. So you can do a data-driven testing using data provider annotation, but you don't have this option in JUnit. You don't have this annotation at all. Data provider annotation only in the test edge to store the data and supply that data to your test methods. So that's a data provider annotation. We'll discuss in detail about this data provider annotation. So we can supply parameter values from XML file using @parameters annotation. Suppose you don't want to show your test data. Somewhere you want to keep from XML files. So there you store your data, and that data you can supply to your test cases using @parameters annotation. These are all the differences you can tell between JUnit and TestNG. Compare. If you know these things, you can compare. In JUnit, those are not available. Okay? That's how we can answer. So if you practice JUnit, and you can easily understand what is there, what is not there. So you can compare and tell the differences. Okay, so that's the advantages of TestNG. But so we need to install TestNG in your Eclipse. So let's go and install the TestNG. Can you all open your Eclipse? Are you all ready? See the steps very clearly given. Go to help menu. See here. Go to help menu. Install new software. See that, install new software. This is the one way. Otherwise, you can go to Eclipse Marketplace. So this is also another way. So install new software you take. Then, so enter the update site URL, this one. You can copy this and paste it here. Work with, here you paste it. Just click on name, give the name. So TestNG. So look, if you want, you can give this URL also. So already you got it here, right? So that's so TestNG. Otherwise, you can click on add, give the name and this URL, whatever you have given here, this URL you can give. So once you get this, check this checkbox. Check this checkbox and next, continue next. So can you try this? Because without this, it's not possible to write the automation test cases using TestNG framework. Let me know if you need any help. So are you able to install it? Then click on next and just finish. So just finish it. So then it will install the so select all, trust selected, restart. That's it. So then you will. So how do you know whether it is installed or not? After restarting, so you just go to that any path, right click on the package, right? You go to your project. So right click on the any package or so anywhere, right click. You can see here TestNG option here. So this is the indication for you. You have successfully installed TestNG. So are we good? Yeah. So that's all. Let's continue tomorrow. Okay. We'll discuss more on TestNG tomorrow with all the annotations and the test keywords, data provider annotation, all of them. And please install and come back tomorrow. Okay.